Hi everyone, I'm back with some more ephemera for our Dreaming of Spring journal. Couple things we're going to do. So first of all, I thought we would make a fabric flip. Now I'm zoomed in on my camera today, so I'm going to see how this video works. I might have to raise it, but I'm going to see how this video goes, so we'll see. Okay, so I thought for this page here, which is in the second half of the signature, we would do a sort of like a fabric flip. Now, if you don't have fabric and laces, you can do different papers and do that. But I had some fabrics here, so I thought I would show you what I did. So I took this. This has real pretty doves with pale blue flowers on it. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see that. And then I found I had this other pretty blue fabric here. So I tore a strip from that. I'm going to put it in the middle here, like so, right? And then I had a piece of lace. So I'm going to put that kind of, yeah, I think I'm going to put it in the middle. And then I cut a piece of doily that I had, and I'm going to put that in the middle like that. Okay, and then I'm taking a piece of the collage that I did on brown paper, just some neutral collage page that I did, and this is about as wide as, maybe this is a little wider. Let's see if I can cut this down a little bit here. You want just to make it as wide as your strips are, right? That should work. Yeah. So this piece measures as wide as my strips, and I measured this around 2 inches, okay? And I left this rough edge here too because I thought maybe I could give it a little inking all around. Now, if you want, you can sew this on, but yeah, I'm not going to. I'm just going to fold it in half like that. And I'll ink this part. I just re-inked my ink pad, so ooh, I got to remember. See how dark it got? It's a little heavy on the ink because I just added some ink. Okay, so then what we're going to do is I'm going to put this and encase everything inside like that. And then what I'm going, now you could stitch this, but what I'm going to do is use my tiny attacher and go in the middle, kind of halfway and towards the end, and this other end here, okay? And so that's encased there, and isn't it pretty? And so what I thought we would do is take a piece of our seam binding and cover up the staples, okay? Now you can use regular glue or the fabric tack, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just kind of put a line of glue over where the staples are, like that. Okay, and oh my God, I can get my pin in the glue. So then what I just have a scrap, because you know we've been cutting this up, so I thought, well, just to be different, I'm going to just grab it and I'm going to twist it slightly like that, just for some interest. And I'm just going to stick it down here in the glue and let it hang off the side. And not a tight white weave here, but just some twisting here. Like that. Just for some interest. Like that, and then I'll cut off this excess piece here, like that. just for some interest. And that's pretty. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to glue this on. So I'm going to put some glue back here. So like I said, if you don't have fabric or whatever, or maybe you have a bunch of laces, you can layer laces up, or, you know, papers, just different papers if you want, if you don't have this kind of thing. I'm going to stand up here and get over here, and so I'm going to go to the top of this page here and glue this in kind of the middle there. And that's it. Isn't it pretty? So then you have this beautiful flip here. And I think it's gorgeous. I like it. You can dress this up more if you want beading or, you know, other things. But I think it's just pretty like that. Okay? So that's for that page. Now, the other thing we're going to do is another tuck now on this page here. So see, we're in this is the middle here, the middle of the signature, and we just laid our little ephemera pouch in the middle here, right, with the button we made the other day. Okay, so then I'm turning to the second half. I'm in the second half of the signature. Here's our tall tag. Paper clipped it in here. You have writing space here. So this page here, there's our tuck right there. I mean our fabric there. So on this page here, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Now, we're going to make a tuck on this page. So I was going through my stash, and believe it or not, I found paint chip. Now, you can go to your local paint store or Menards, Home Depot, whatever, and get these. And I think a lot of this is nothing new. Crafters have been kind of taking a few here and there to use in their journals. But I actually had this in my stash. I don't know. I must have gotten it a long time ago. And it was the perfect colors. So what I did was I printed out a piece of our doily page. And this one here is nice because it has rows of doilies going this way. Okay, so I cut a piece off, and it was right here. So I cut it off, and I inked around the edges, and I inked around the edge of my paint chip. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue it on here to make an edge. I had cut out, this image was from Graphic Fairy. I had some ledger paper, so I just stamped a Tim Holtz stamp on there. And then I had this in my stash, this little blue faux ticket thing here. So I thought we could maybe make, you know, a little tuck, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with that. So let me sit back down here. So if you can get a paint sample, you don't have to have a paint sample. Whatever you have, if you have something with colors on it, or, you know, whatever you can use. But I just happen to have this, and I thought, well, I'm going to use it. The colors are perfect. So I inked around the edge. I inked this after I cut it out. So now I'm going to glue this here. So I'm just going to put some glue. How's everybody doing today? Oh, it's a rainy day. I don't know. We're supposed to get some snow, nasty snow today. I don't know if it's coming right now. It's just pouring rain and windy. So I don't know what's coming. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. So see how that just adds a little something. Now, if you don't, and this is one of the papers that we're using. So if you don't want to use that, you can use real lace trim or crochet doily, whatever you want to do. Okay, and then I thought we could add this here. So let me put this down. You can use any ephemera you have in your stash. any flowers, Tim Holtz things, whatever you want to use. I'm just going to glue that here. Real simple. I mean, you can make it more intricate if you want. And then I just stamped on this piece of ledger paper here that I had, so I'm just going to glue that down for interest to pick up the brown that's here and the inking. Like that. And then I thought this would go really nice on here. So let me get some glue on here. Yeah, the Midwest now is getting hit with something the next so many hours here. So I don't know. But usually, I'm in Central Illinois, usually the systems go around us. They either go above us or below us and just barely clip us. It's not often that we actually get hit with something hard. We haven't. We've been really blessed that we haven't gotten anything too much. Okay. So we'll see. I don't know. All right. That's kind of neat. Now, oh, I got a little glue here. I'll have to get that off. These paint chips are kind of smooth. They have like a slick surface, so to stamp on them, the ink won't dry. Unless, I think if you use a permanent ink, like regular ink won't dry. So I have my brown pen here, and I thought maybe we could just make some, I don't know, some marks on here if you want. Or you can stitch before you glue everything down. You can run a stitching line here. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know what I want to do yet, so I'm going to think about this for a second and see what I need to do. But I want to add a piece of my vintage tape here, so I'm going to do that, and just to give it some pop of color here. So let me get a piece of that off, and I thought I would put it right there. See, and it just adds a little something. I've added it on the tags that we had, and it just adds a little bit of color there. You could make some like cross hatches. Oh, let's see, what can we do? Or maybe I won't do anything. I don't know. What do you think? Well, I can always add it later if I want to. So now that we have that down, I thought on this page here, we would glue it on here and make it a tuck. Okay, so we want to just put glue down this side here and across the bottom. So let me do that. Okay, and then am I in frame here? Yeah, I think I am. So we're going to put it, and I don't want this paper to overextend because it'll rip. So I want it inside right here, like that. I didn't go all the way down to the bottom. I left about, excuse me, a 1/4 inch off the bottom of the page here. Excuse me. So, and that's going to be a tuck. All right, and then what I did was I printed from one of the kits. This is the embossed, vintage embossed papers from SweetPeaCurriosities, and then I backed it with one of the pages from the French Florals, and then I folded it in 3. I trimmed a little bit off the bottom because it was too tall, and I just folded it and inked it on my edges, folded it in 3 here like this, and then kind of roughed up this edge here. And I thought it would be really pretty to be tucked in right there, so it's like you can take that out and write on there. So that's that page, and I think that looks really cute, right? That looks nice. So if you don't have a paint chip, you can just use a piece of one of the one of your papers. You can use a vintage ad, but next time you can go to the store and get some of the paint chips. It would be pretty, even if they don't have this particular type that has all these on it. I know they do have ones that are 3 and 4 paints, and if you don't have those, you can get the solid colors and cut them and piece them together to make a background like this. And I just think it's super cute. And then add some of that on there, just something different like that, right? So we made the fabric flip today, and all I did was, tear the materials, layer them up with some doily, and stuck that on. I think that looks really vintagey looking, real pretty. So the other thing I wanted to do, which I can't do on the camera, but you can do it because you'd want it to dry overnight, is I took a Tim Holtz stencil. I don't know what this one is called. What is this one called? I don't know. It doesn't have a name. It doesn't even have a number. But it's roses, okay? It's roses, you can see, right? And so what I did, and I have this molding paste, golden, but you can use any kind of paste, and I used my spatula, and I decorated one page already and let it dry overnight, and I'm going to decorate another. But let me show you. That's our tag we did. This page right here, this is the first page of the journal, and we made this in one of our earlier videos with the tag inside. So on the back of this page, here's that pretty blue paper from the French Florals, and I laid this down here and used the paste and speckled that over and lifted straight up, and and then I left it open to dry overnight, and it just gives the page just some texture and just something real pretty to look at. So I did that on that page last night, and I think I'm gonna do it back here on the other side of that page. Here's the back page here, so I'll probably maybe do some up here tonight. So if you have a stencil, and if you don't have modeling paste, that's okay. You can put this here and just use your vintage photo. That would be really pretty too. So if you don't have modeling paste, I tried gesso on a paper and it was just too flat because gesso is really thin and watery. But if you have something thicker, any kind of a thicker texture, you can use that. But if not, then just use ink. But it does look very pretty, and it feels old. It just feels like something vintagey. So, all right, so if you can stencil on your pages and do that. And then we did our, we'll work on that. That's another piece we're going to work on. We're almost done. Maybe one more video, we might be done soon. So we did that pretty tuck with the paint chip, and then we did our pretty fabric flip. Okay, so maybe a couple more things and we're going to be ready. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know below and give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate your kindness, and have a blessed day. Bye.